As the curtain falls on yet another semester here at the University of Education, Lumumba, we pause to reflect, celebrate, and look forward. With us today is the SRC President, the student voice and leader, to help us wrap up the journey we have all walked together. Let us dive into the highs, the hinders, and the hope that carry us through. Okay, so Mr. President, you are welcome once again on Myself Media.
Thank you.
Okay, so you know on Myself Media, we don't introduce our guests. So please, who are you in the University of Education, Lumumba?
Thank you very much. Just as I've always said, I am the number one servant of the student body.
Wow.
Yes.
The number one servant. The whole gang. The number one servant. Okay, so Mr. President, I used to call you.
Yeah.
Okay. So the semester has come to an end here in the University of Education. Being the voice and the leader for the students, how would you describe this semester in few words?
All right. Thank you very much. And let me first of all thank management for their support throughout the semester. And also thank my elected and appointed executives. And then most especially the entire student body for their massive support. How would I describe this semester? From where I sit and per my goals, I think it has been very successful for me.
Wow.
Yes, very successful because number one, is dependent on the serenity of the environment,
Okay.
or the community. And I think we have seen a very serene or conducive academic environment throughout this semester. And that is my utmost goal.
Okay.
And having seen that the entire community was very serene, very calm, it has been very successful for me.
Wow. Wow. It has been very successful. Well, let's see. President, what are some of the things the SRC was able to do for the students this semester?
Okay. Thank you very much. Looking at our goals that we set as an administration, I am a person that strongly believes in spirituality. And I believe that before you can be successful physically, you need to first of all be spiritually successful. And so as an administration, we started with the 40th Conference, which actually saw the presence of the Archbishop Duncan William, who came to be a blessing to us and to the land of Winneba. And so that is one of the highest achievement for me as an individual.
Wow. Because
the spiritual trends must be settled first before any other thing can follow. We also saw the presence of PLO Lumumba. SRC in collaboration with management saw the presence of PLO, and his lecture was very successful, and I took a lot of things from it, and it was a lifetime opportunity for me to have the honor to shake PLO Lumumba. I don't know where I'm going to see him again. This is a lifetime opportunity for me, and I really tapped into his leadership. And of course, currently he is known as the 6th most powerful person Africa has ever produced. And it is an honor to have that person on my campus. And I'm hoping that in the nearby future, I can also be ranked as one of the very powerful sons of Africa. Wow. And so it was an honor for me. Then again, we also saw our Freshers Aquaba, which was strictly geared towards students. It was student-centered. And so from those who performed at a live band to the involvement of people living with disability. I mean, everything about the Freshers Aquaba was just student-centered. And I was so fulfilled because I feel like this is an association that belongs to students. And if we have students who have various talents, irrespective of their abilities, should be given a platform to also, exhibit what is within them. And so I was happy that people living with disability got a chance to actually express. We saw a blind person DJing somewhere. It was a whole sort of fulfillment for me, and the responses we received from the students and even the lecturers at those departments, it was massive, and I was so happy that we were able to do that. Then again, we've been able to fix a lot of challenges in our LTs and our learning theaters, as I said earlier. The fans, the lights were actually not in good condition when we took over. But I think every single student will bear witness that the fans in the LTs have been fixed, the lights have been fixed, and the FES bulbs, fans, new fans. Everything in the classroom has been fixed just to provide a very serene environment for students to study. And so this has been very, very successful for us. Then the magic of it all, the coming of the new chairs.
Wow.
That students have been crying over decades now.
Wow.
In fact, let me use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to the Vice Chancellor and then the management team. They have been so supportive, and every single now and then that I have this conversation with them, they keep, telling me, Francis, don't worry, we are working on it, we are working. So, I just have to say thank you to them, that currently the chairs are being fixed. It was brought, and then I was called around 1 a.m. when the cars arrived, and so I have to help them pack within campus. And the next morning they were offloaded, and so this semester has been very successful for us, and so we are looking forward that by the time students will come back from the break, issues about chairs will be a thing of the past. So these are some of the few things. Then finally, we realized that some of our colleagues were not able to register their courses. And as an SRC president who is student-centered, I am human, and I understand how difficult it is for some people to even feed themselves a day. I was able to have a conversation with my executives and then the dean of students, and we have been able to pay 40% school fees for 55 students.
Wow.
And as we speak, their portals have been credited with the amount. It is not a fixed amount. A 40% of how much the individual is paying. The school fees is based on departments or faculties. And so if you are a business student, you are paying around 4,000. 40% of the 4,000. If you are in the faculty of social science, you are paying 2,400 or something. 40% of that amount. And so we have spent about 175,000 Ghana cedis thereof just to pay school fees for 55 students. And we think that this is one of its kind. Last year, we didn't see anything like that. And so we think that these are the few things that we have been able to champion for this semester. We have a lot of things in the pipeline, especially some of the contracts that we are going to give out for projects to be done. And so we are just grateful to God for how far He has brought us for this semester.
Wow. I don't know what to say. But we're facing challenges. But this thing it doesn't count.
Yes, of course. If you are a leader and you don't face challenges, then there's a question mark. And that question is, are you really leading? Because definitely, when you are leading, there must be challenges. Challenges can be personal or can be community-wise. And so, personally, yes, this is the first time I'm being an SRC president, especially at this level. And so I had personal philosophies of leadership. And having assumed office, you would have to check whether your philosophy will actually work with what is here. And so there were a few things that needed to be balanced. You have to unlearn to learn in order to provide the services that you. So there were challenges. Apart from that, students, people can just write stuff on social media which are baseless. They don't even have any facts. Those we have a lot of bloggers now, and this is student politics, and so we faced few challenges, and I think so far it has been very successful.
So far, it has been very successful. Before we bring our conversation to an end, there was an issue. I don't know if you want to talk about this. A sad story happened in the University of Education. As a president, this is something that is gone. What do you say to the rest of the students with issue of emotions and betrayals and hearts?
You see, I sit in a different perspective with what actually happened. I think you are talking about the suicide issue.
Sure.
Suicide issues are more of spirituality than just emotions. Okay, I know a lot of people don't believe these things, but from where I sit, I am a Christian and I am a spiritual person, and I know there is, that kind of thing that makes it look like it is funny for a guy to hang himself because of love, but I saw it in a different perspective. And so I think that we need to be very spiritual. We need to be conscious with some of the things we engage ourselves in. Then again, I think that we need to also boost the counseling services on campus. We need to trust our counselors. We need to trust our student leaders. So there is a need for every leader to be trustworthy. Confidentiality, very important. And if you're a leader that does not portray these characters, it is very difficult for someone to come to you to narrate an issue. And I think that the guy actually didn't have anybody around him within that period to share this thing with, so that he will get solutions to them. And that is how come it ended that way. I really felt very sorry for him, and then I pray that his soul actually rests in perfect peace.
Okay, so Mr. President, I bring our conversation to an end. The semester is already at end. What message would you like to give to the students as the semester comes to an end?
All right, so on my final message to my dear college students, the SRC 2024-2025 is very grateful for your unflinching support from January to this time. I mean, we are grateful, and the comments, the commentaries that you have given, we really appreciate it, and we don't take it for granted. We cannot promise you heaven and earth because it is not ours. All we can say is that we have presented ourselves to you to serve you, and this is exactly what we are going to do. So just as you have seen us in the first semester, we are promising you a double of that portion in the next semester. We have just been able to do just about 20% of what you are expecting from us. Expect the rest of the 80% fully delivered next semester. As you go home, please don't just go and fold your arms and sit. There is no bread and butter on the roadside for anybody to feed on. Please get yourself something to do. Even if it is 20 cedis that you are giving a day, or you are able to get a day, it will be able to take care of you a day on campus when you return. So please, get something small to do. Listen, issues about finances is individualistic. Don't shy to go and sell pure water. Don't shy to go to someone's shop and tell the person you want to help sell. So you take some few items from the provision shop and go around, sell, bring it and take your commission. Just do anything that is guided by the law that can fetch you money. Please. Issues about the economy is hitting everybody, but you need to take a step as an individual to find something to do to cater for it. We are hoping to see you next semester. Take your spiritual life very important. Support your parents, support your guardians, and always pray for them. I also encourage you to have full plans for next semester, and then ensure that the semester will be successful to all of us. We love you so much. 2024, 2025, SRC administration really cares for you.
Yeah, we really cared for you. This is the 20%. We are expecting the 80%. God willing, next semester, it is good to do something as the semester comes to an end, as the president has said. Please, it's very necessary. Is in campus? You are in campus? Is he? They want to call. They know. They know what. Yeah. So sometimes they will look at the call and they will not even pick. Okay. So yeah, that's great. That's great.
So before you leave, I want them to leave some comments in your session. Okay. We are looking forward to have our 30th anniversary next semester, and we want to know from your perspective some of the programs and activities you are expecting in the 30th anniversary. We are blessed to be the 30th administration, and so we are going to celebrate the 30th anniversary. What are some of the activities that you are expecting the SRC to add up to its activities during the anniversary? Musicians. What musician do you want? Yeah, so we are expecting that you bring your views to this channel, put them in the comment section, or request for them, and then we'll add them up to our activities towards the 30th anniversary. Thank you.
This is myself media, the voice of all, and here today we have the president, or the SRC president of the University of Education in Winneba, having discussion on the final words for the semester. Mr. President, we are very grateful having conversation with you on myself media. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Okay, so I am your host, General McCoy. Please don't forget to subscribe to myself media. Let's grow together and let's tell your story together. Bye-bye.